Hey, legends, Fraser Brooks here, and in this video I want to share with you a simple three-step process to get sales using stories. All right, hey guys, we're still in Paris. We're on day 2 here in Paris. We're just outside or in front of the Arc de Triomphe. Super excited to be here. It's so crazy because it's nearly 200 years old, and it makes me think every single time I see buildings like this, people make excuses. These guys didn't. Imagine nearly 200 years ago having to try and figure out how to build something like that. They don't build anything like that now, because here's the thing, when it's important to you, you find a way. When it's not, you make an excuse. So before we get into this, let's do me a massive favor. If you haven't already done so, smash the subscribe button, give us a big thumbs up, and let me know in the chat, have you ever been to Paris? Have you ever seen Arc de Triomphe? Again, my French accent is still super bad, but here's the thing. Today I want to talk to you about Instagram and Facebook stories. People ask me all the time in my Inner Circle coaching program, Fraser, how can we get sales using stories? And there's a very simple 3-step process, which I learned from top income earner over in Austria, who's now my neighbor in Dubai, although we're not in Dubai right now, Stephanie Kogler. She told me this really simple, cool process. It's getting her loads of sales in her network marketing business. And it's BBA. BBA. Before, between, after. Super simple. So you're doing your stories, you're showing your day, you're walking around Paris, you're at home, you're watching, some Netflix, you're reading a book, you're getting some personal development, you go to an event, you're on your Zoom, you're speaking to your mentor, you're doing all that fun stuff. Then in between, maybe you're gonna do it 2 or 3 times a day. 2 or 3 times a week. You're gonna share what your life was before the business, what happened between, what during the business you were building, and what happened to you after. Or you can share what your skin was like before you started using the products, the journey of you using the products, and then what happened to you after. We're so used to showing before and afters that we forget the most important thing is what happens in between. Andrina Crumpton, one of the Inner Circle members, she recently said to me, there's 2 dates in our life, the day we were born and the day that we die. And in between it is the dash. People will remember on a certificate when you were born, there maybe have been a couple of people there. And when you die, there may be in your close family, but people will remember you, not for the day you were born and not for the day you die, but what was in between. So we need to stop just showing, here's what I was like before, and here's what I was like after. People want to see what was the process in between. What was the process you were going through? So let's say health and wellness. This was me before I started drinking my shakes. Then this is what I do every day. I drink my shakes, I move a little, and then after a week, this was me. After a month, this was me. After a year, this was me. And here I am 2 years later, this was me. Let's say you're in the travel. Before I found this platform, this is how I used to book my travel. And now this is how I do it. In between, I started to travel, search for trips. I wanted to go here, I wanted to go to Paris, I wanted to go to Dubai, I wanted to go to New York. Looks like it's autumn now. Kind of like the leaves are all falling all over us, right? And then after, these are the results that I get. I book trips for this. I'm able to travel 5 times a year instead of 2 times a year for the same price. What happens if you're in skincare? This was my skin before. This is the skincare routine that I have now, and this is what's happened to my skin as a result. A year later, a month later, a week later, a year later, 2 years later, here's what it's like now. Use it. Before, between, after. Let me know down in the chat. Let me know. Give me a BBA down below in the chat to let me know that you're kind of you're aware and now you've taken notes on this. But also let me know what sector your company is in. Are you in skincare, health and wellness, travel, insurance, coffee? You let me know. Now, last thing. Everyone who comments is going to have the chance of winning 50 US dollars sent to their PayPal from us. Me and the team, we go through all the comments. So make sure that you pay attention to that. And here's the thing, guys, make sure you subscribe, because we've got a lot more videos and value, whether it's on social media, network marketing, positivity, leadership and mindset, to help you build your network marketing business. So smash the subscribe button, give us a big thumbs up, and comment down below what was the biggest piece of value that you got from this video. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. See ya.
Okay, Fraser Brooks.
Before, during, after.
Yeah, see, another thing I never thought of. And that's awesome. And he didn't say, are you in the patches business? for the stem cell business. We don't have any competition. There isn't anyone else. So that's a cool thing. But yeah, telling your journey in between, I think that'll really work well for us. You know, we can talk about what our health or what kind of problems we had before, what our routines are with sticking on the patch 12 hours and take it off, whatever, simple little thing. And then
Make
after,
it up.
you know,
Just make it up.
yeah, whatever, just make a story about it. You know, I think it's cool because I never thought about that. Yeah, just showing, you know, this is what I had before and this is how I am now, but there's a little bit of a journey there. So that's cool. I also like how he's working on holiday. You know, if you think about it, he's got an internet business. So what's he doing? Actually working in front of the Arc de Triomphe and the Eiffel Tower. That's insane. He takes like 10 minutes out of his day to actually do content. That's pretty cool. And I was wondering what kind of microphone he uses, because he's not using a lapel mic. And there was a traffic behind him, but it sounded perfect. So you must have a shotgun mic.
Have an earbud in?
No, I don't know. I'll rewatch it, but I don't think so. I didn't see a lapel mic. I didn't see an earbud, and maybe he overdubbed it after back. No, I don't think so either.
That'd be a lot of lip syncing.
Yeah, maybe he lip synced it because there's possibility there. But anyway, it'd be worth looking into, because otherwise you record a regular microphone in that kind of environment, it's just going to be noise. Just noisy traffic and honking and people, and you know.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, so it's interesting to pick up on those things. So yeah, he's around holiday. Who knows how long he's in Paris for, but he's obviously working while he's there, doing a little bit here and there. Yeah, and I've been to the Eiffel Tower, and I've been to the Arc de Triomphe, and I've been to the Louvre, and been to Paris.
I've never been anywhere in Europe.
Yeah, I've been to 13 countries or something in Europe, and I lived in Val d'Isère in the French Alps for the whole season. That's why I was in Paris, because I flew to Paris from Canada and then took a train all the way up to the Alps and lived there for a whole season. It was awesome.
Never been my desire to go to Europe. I like the other side of the world. I like Asia and all that.
Yeah, I do too. And when I traveled, I thought it's a little bit easier traveling in countries that, well, I might have a different opinion about that now. It's nice to stay in countries that are inexpensive. Like Paris is super expensive, so you can't stay there too long.
Well, right now I wouldn't want to be traveling anywhere.
No, I'm glad I did a lot of traveling. So yeah, I don't know when he made this video, actually. I didn't look at that, but it's probably not recent. Yeah. Yeah, so that's cool to tell the story, and I think that's all we need to do, is tell our story. But,
every day consistently.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
The one doing that right now is Suzanne.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
she likes to make the videos.
Yeah. And also my guest too, the one that's creating the NFT, she's also an influence on Instagram. So she showed me how, because she makes a post every day, she said for at least 90 days straight, her stats or whatever have gone crazy.
Algorithm is good.
Yeah. So it's
Did she make a lot of videos?
well, videos and just photo posts, you know, every
Okay.
single day. And that's not easy to do. You gotta take time out to do a post every day, and she won't fail. You know, she'll make a post.
I'm sure she uses scheduling, because you can schedule posts.
But
with
I see
Facebook.
posts, mainly because
Yeah.
she's here now. I see the poster like recent that day or the day before.
Oh. Well, for those of us who can't do that, we can use the scheduler in Facebook business pages. It lets you post to Instagram and Facebook, and you can schedule it out, and it tells you the most, recommended times for posting, the best times. And then there's also Hootsuite. Hootsuite, the free account lets you
Right.
I think host up to 4 or 5 different platforms.
Social media platforms. So it'll post all of them?
Yeah, it's just like using a scheduler. You just pick, and you can even pick like you want it to go on this one and not on that one just by adding the name of that platform. And I know you can do like Tumblr, you can do Twitter, you can do LinkedIn, you can do, of course, Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that. Maybe did. And you would post the same thing.
You do Reddit. You can do whatever you want. You can start with one post, like you can make your general post started in Facebook, click that you want to add it to like Twitter. And then on the Twitter feed, it'll show you that only so much of this is going to show. So you can adjust it for Twitter. Then you can so you can actually start with one post, and then it'll show you what it's going to look like on all the different platforms that you've selected, and you can adjust it before you post it. So you don't have to go and do all these different things. It's like one-stop shop. So that's really convenient. I think the best thing, like I realized yesterday that I'm too much sometimes with what I think I need to do. Like with the videos, I'm thinking, okay, if I make like a tips video and I just share like 4 tips to, using the patches, like make sure you drink water, make sure you take it off after so many hours, those success tips for using our patch, right? Then I was thinking, well, if I'm going to say that I'm having it every different day, then I need to change clothes for every video. And And I was like, that is too much work, right? And then I looked at Darren Hardy, and he did like a 6 tips for successful networking. And clearly he shot it all at one time. Same outfit. I mean, I know Mark wears like the same outfit every day on purpose, but like clearly this was shot the same day, because this guy, he wears different suits, you know what I mean? I was like, and he just releases it every day. And then these videos are like 3 minutes long. His longest one was 8 minutes. And like, this is like super high quality content. Everybody wants to like know what he's gonna say and stuff. And I was thinking, yeah, some of this stuff, I just make it too hard. I think I gotta do more to make it seem like this or that, but I don't. And really, nobody cares. Like, it wasn't until I finished watching his videos that I realized, I was like, this is such a good idea. And I realized, hey, he's wearing the same shirt in all of them. Like when I was watching it, even though I watched them back to back, I really didn't notice that. So I'm sure nobody else cares either. You know what I mean? But like in my mind, I'm thinking it has to be done a certain way, or else they're going to think that I didn't do this or that. Nobody cares. Like nobody cares.
Some value out of the content, that's what they care about.
Exactly. So
and we're soft people think about, what they look like, how they sound, what their hair is like, and nobody cares either.
And then the ones who do care are probably not the ones that I would want to work with, because obviously you're focusing on the wrong thing.
Right.
So that was a nice eye opener for me.
Wow. So that was Hootsuite you were talking about, right? Doing the
Hootsuite.
I'm gonna look it up. That's cool. And who's the guy with the suits?
Darren Hardy. I think it's Darren.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up just to get an idea what you're talking about. I remember hearing a comment or something from Steve Jobs, who said that. He says he likes to wear the same thing every day, like he wore a black turtleneck sweater, just because he doesn't want to use up his capacity of his thoughts and his mind trying to decide what he's going to wear that day. Eliminate that on other stuff. Just wear the same thing every day. And Zuckerberg does the same thing. I think
that's where Mark said he got it from, right?
Yeah, and then Mark used to wear something different every video, and now I notice he wears the same damn thing every time. So,
I know. I used to love when he would wear the different shirts, and then you would like see that was so fun. But he doesn't want to waste the brain cells. I get it.
That was great.
It was fun.
But you're gonna run out of shirts at some point, and it's a lot of work, I imagine, keeping up on having different shirts all the time. And even wearing different things on.
And that's also, you remember him as that brand. Hey, that's the guy that changes it, has a different shirt. And now it's, hey, that's the guy that wears the same shirt.
Same shirt, muscle shirt every time. Yeah. And it's got to be easier. you know, you would think you would have more than one of the same shirt, and you
I'm
would
sure he
think,
does.
but it's a lot easier. So there's a lot to say about that too. And then I wonder if Fraser Brooks, obviously he probably, when he went to Paris, set the intention that he's going to do so much content and work at all these places. Now that, you know, there's a thought that, was he going to visit these places and then doing some content since he's there, or was he going to make content at those places? The two different.
I'm sure at his level, he goes wherever he wants and expects to make content about it because it's so second nature.
Yeah.
That's what I think. And I think that's our goal too.
Yeah, but we talked about that before. You're either just creating your work and your content around your lifestyle. It's just popping up as needed. Like if you went to visit the Eiffel Tower, okay, I'm going to take 5 minutes out to do this video. But you'd have to have a plan. You have to know what you're going to talk about. So there's a bit of planning involved. And then there's the other thing. I'm going to go to Paris. I'm going to do a trip to make content. And at the same time, I'm going to have fun and live my life. Like we were talking about, like I could be, whenever I'm at the beach, I could shoot some content, or I could get my ass out of the house to go to the beach to be able to work and create content. I'm going there specifically, getting myself out to do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Or you can just get in front of a green screen and be anywhere in the world you want.
Yeah. And that too. Yeah. I like all those options.
Yeah, I think, because we were talking about it before, because some people's lives are constantly around creating content now. You can see them. They're not even in the moment, because they're constantly thinking about, oh, what video can I create? What picture can I take? So we used to talk about it in the days when people carried around those big VHS video cameras on their holiday, and they spent their whole holiday looking through a little 2-inch viewfinder, for their whole trip, because they're so concerned about
You can be like me and get worried about you're shooting content, but it's always with the same background. Here I'm either in my room with a green wall and I don't put a background behind it, or I go outside. And right now I'm not going to go outside, and it's always in my backyard, which is fairly big, but it's not like I'm out, at the Eiffel Tower, any place exciting. And now I've got a motorcycle trip coming up, and I won't be doing lives or shooting. I won't be posting video while I'm there. Why? I don't want to tell the world I'm out of town. My wife's going to be at home by herself.
Right.
So I kind of have a catch-22 there, but I can make a lot of content and post it when I get back.
Post it later. Yeah, that's another issue. Do you post it live or do you post it later? And like Fraser Brooks probably did some editing and post-production and all that stuff, and it probably came out weeks later.
Yeah, you got that kind of money. You don't worry about leaving home. You have security, whatever. I can't post I'm out of town.
Yeah, just in general. Yeah, there's a security aspect, but there's the aspect that there's a little bit of work involved later to get it up there. And what you were talking about, D2, then you put it in a schedule. It might only appear like in a month from now or whatever. So you have it all like that. That's more important than every day trying to get something out there. Yeah, wow. Yeah, interesting.
I think it's. Well, go ahead, Brady. Sorry.
I looked at Hootsuite, I don't know, probably a year ago, but just one more platform to learn. It's always a learning curve with everything you do. And my head's about ready to explode the way it is with everything going on.
But Hootsuite is probably, I know I wanted to look into it before, and there's probably other platforms that do the same thing. But that's
I like Hootsuite because they do have a free option, and the free option, I've been with them for years. And the free option has given a lot of, it gives you a lot of platforms to use. And so like if you have a Facebook page, then they have a great scheduler, that you can use for Instagram as well. So there's two taken care of. When you're in Facebook, you can do it there. And then on Hootsuite, you can just do like Twitter, you can do LinkedIn if you use Tumblr, if you use like I said, I'm not sure about Reddit or any of the other platforms, but those other ones we can do, and it's still like a one-stop shop. So right there, between just those two, you can hit like at least 5 platforms, and without really having to go out there and do a bunch of things. There is always a learning curve, like Grady said. And so you have to decide if it's worth it for you, because if you're not on those platforms consistently anyway, then it may not be really worth it. If you're really just parked in Facebook and you want to like use Instagram because they make it so easy,
Yeah.
then those are really popping, you know. I am everywhere because that's how my attention span is. So I like to like, you know, see what's going on and be a part of that stuff. So, you know, I think it's, but I like it because it's free and it lets you do more than one. Like, you know what I mean? Without having to upgrade and all that stuff. Because there's like Planoly is great for like, I think for like Pinterest and Instagram, but as soon as you start to do some stuff, they're like, oh, you need to upgrade, you know, that to me is super annoying. Like I start to schedule out a month and then like, oh, you can only hold 8 photos in here. It's like, well, crap, that's barely a week, you know? So
Yeah.
you just got to figure out what works best for you.
And you need an audience to listen to you. So you got to work on building and like you can build the audience with content, but that, you still need to, if you're just doing all that to just post to a few people, there's no point. The intent is to start building an audience on each one of those.
Well, I wonder, I always think there's always a point, like no press is the only bad press, right? So if you're there and you only have a couple of things, you know, I mean, it's better to be consistent so that you can grow easier. But as LifeWave picks up, different people on different platforms are going to go searching because that's their comfort zone. And I think it's better to just be there. And then once you start getting a notification that there's some activity, then you can be a little bit more consistent. But at least if you put your name out there and then you're an OG with your name out, like, you know, like you're one of the first people out there that had LifeWave posted and you check in once a month, even just to update that you're still doing it. Somebody somewhere is going to go on there. Like, I mean, I wasn't expecting to find so much LifeWave on Telegram. I found it on Community. There's like some different social, you know, platforms through like Twitter. They have some clubs and stuff like that. And Clubhouse, they've got LifeWave in there too. I was like, where'd these people come from, you know? So like, you know, I want to make sure that I have my name in there too. Like, hey, I'm doing this. And as I get better at marketing, then you'll see me more.
Right, exactly. And it's just an ongoing consistency and a process. And more experts are coming into play here, right? As far as LifeWave goes, or anything like how many people were on the Eric Worre conference? 60,000 or whatever. All those 60,000 people are learning and studying and trying to, you know, work online. So that is growing constantly of people that are being experts. You know, when Mark did Branding University, branding, no one even knew what branding meant.
Right.
Branding yourself and who you are, and so people get to know you and like you. Yeah, that wasn't that long ago. And now it's.
And if we're doing this technique with the stories consistently, then as you know, then as that's something for them to look at. And again, as we just start continuing making those connections, right, then people will have something to look at. I'm still trying to figure out how to make it look salesy. Like I don't like being sold. I don't like feeling like I'm being sold. You know, now there's even all kinds of like fake accounts being set up that are trying to like sell you on things. So it's really important to me to figure out how to like really market without being like LifeWave, buy my product, you know, like, so, but I need people to also like be interested and see it.
Yeah.
And I know there's LifeWave leaders that are all like, you look on their page and all you see is LifeWave, you know, and that's good. But then if you think about it, also the company's been around for a while and we're still just hearing about it. So for all the LifeWave, it didn't really like spark a crazy fire either. You know what I mean? So it's really about the lifestyle that we present and letting that, you know, draw them in.
And then there is the fact, if we are going to be creating some stories before, in between, and after, how many can we create? 1, 2, you can't talk about the same thing in a different way over and over again. So basically.
But you can. Every day, fitness influencers, all they talk about is fitness, right? People tap in every day. So,
Yeah,
but you've got guitar, like every day you could post about the guitar. And I'm pretty sure, like, unless you play terribly, which I can't imagine that you do, then, people would tap in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, then that's the same challenge for everyone. Then you're putting yourself out as one thing, and then you're selling something else. If I was selling guitar strings or guitars, then I can put myself out as a guitarist. So I can put myself out as a guitarist for a lifestyle thing, right? So because whatever is your passion.
Kind of. And you talked before about how it helped your hands, so I'm sure the guitarists are people that have problems with their hands, knuckles, joints.
Yeah.
It just kind of blends in together.
True. Yeah. Maybe
because we're the brand, right? We're the brand, and we use LifeWave, and we can help you to use LifeWave to get your life, wonderful, like ours is wonderful.
Right. Yeah. And I really like approaching the work at home side of what we're doing. There's the health side is great, but the work at home and as a musician, it's very difficult to make money as a musician. A full-time income. Some people have done it, but it's not that easy. It's easier to do your passion and work at bringing in online income by marketing. Right? Learning how to market. And once you learn how to market and market from your brand, then you can market any product. Right? Once you build up your brand, all the social media platforms, you've got all your stories out there, then it doesn't matter what you're selling. And I really, I'm telling you guys, really, a few minutes. I see more and more people that they're talking about themselves and they're using their product as, in order for me to give you more contact, connect with one of my sponsors. My sponsors is the LifeWave patches. Go and check it out. It's kind of like a commercial, right? This is my commercial sponsor. Please go and take a look. It's kind of that approach, that's pretty cool. I notice more and more people. So, they're talking about, go and check this for health and go and buy some gold. I buy gold from here. Go check them out. I go and buy NFTs from here.
I don't know how that would work with somebody that's got a handful of followers, though.
No, you need a lot of followers.
Yeah, you got to have a lot of followers before you start saying, I'm being back promoted by this group, this person, this whatever. Otherwise, people come in and watch you the first time. They might watch you the second time, and here you are with that ad again. They're like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Unless you really have something important to say.
But you got to start.
Sometimes people just put it in their comments, like, the video will be like them doing whatever, and then in the comments they'll have their story, and then like the last couple lines is like, oh, t-shirt from here, pants from here, patch from there, and then you just go like that. So different ways to present it for sure.
Yeah, that is another thing I noticed too. People are being sponsored by clothing companies just to wear their clothes and creating videos.
Yeah, but you know what? All that is kind of BS, because I've been offered to be a brand ambassador like so many times. And basically, like they want you to wear their outfit in your post, and then they'll give you a discount. And then you put on there, shop with them and say I sent you or use my code, and but
didn't see it work. Okay. There's a lot of things you got to steer yourself around.
Yeah.
So we're only talking about things that work.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that too. Okay, we're out of time. Crazy. When that comes to mind, I think it's Joe Rogan. He's done well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even about negative news, he does well. Who's Joe Rogan?
The only bad press is no press, right?
Okay,
that's what I say.
Awesome conversation. Have a great day.
Have a great day, guys. See you tomorrow.
Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Bye.